Hello there and welcome back. Well, I hope you are bracing yourselves because we are in for a very busy hour. And the reason I know that is because we've done this before with our Dee, with your first ever one-day special. And I was here launching that one.
You are, so you're my lucky.
Oh, well, that one flew out in no time at all. And I have every confidence in that exactly what's going to be happening with this one because it's selling before we even went live. Dee, another one-day special. I mean, how exciting.
I know, I'm really excited. It's lovely to be back. Yeah, definitely.
And we've got some beautiful artwork. I mean, Paul, so many different permutations, different sizes available.
Right, yeah. I mean, the counter is literally crammed with all the different configurations. And really, when we go down the counter, it's more like we've got 3 one-day specials.
Yeah, the savings, I suppose.
Because we've got 4 for the price of 3 on all the brand new sets as well.
And we've also got 3 flexi buys on the fabulous Faber-Castell pencils, which you will see in action as the hour progresses. So lots to tell you about. Now, Dee, you're going to be doing some demonstrations, talking us around the designs and how they come to be.
Yes.
So I'm going to let you get ready, if that's okay. Because we are so busy, we need to get cracking with this
show.
So we will see in a few moments. But, I mean, Paul, we've got 4 fabulous designs here, but you are paying pretty much the cost of 3 of these and getting the 4th one as a bonus.
That's right, yeah, because they're 19.90. These are A5 stamp sets, and you can get them individually, but as you say, the best saving is to get 4 for the price of 3. So we've got 4 of Dee's brand new friends. We've got Clarity.
Beautiful.
Beautiful design, so you can see here the stamps. And not only have you got the actual character, but you've also got all the different embellishments, and you've got the words. So included in each of the stamp sets, you're going to get 2 phrase sheets.
You are.
You're also going to get the mask. So that's 8 different phrase sheets, the 4 different masks, and obviously the 4 different stamp sets. So the first one we're looking at is Clarity.
Lovely.
Then when we move along, we've got Peace.
Wonderful. Now, each one of these characters we will be introducing you to as the hour goes on. The thing that I love about this is Dee puts her stamp on these, if you excuse the pun, and she actually gives them personalities. They've got stories behind them, and I think it's right and proper that we let Dee explain those when we get to the demo area.
Absolutely.
But that is Peace. Next one, Patience.
Then we have Patience. Yeah, so this is a lovely one, this one. So again, really sort of beautiful stamps, so it's sort of mother and child, and again, all those little embellishments.
And I love that, because when you actually see it stamped out, she's almost loving a hug.
That's right,
you see their arms are wrapped around the word love. Next one we've got is Honour.
It's Honour, so he's the only boy in the pack. But again, these will show you that obviously just because you can change it to turn the boy into the girl and everything else, but just by adding a few extra curls to his hair.
Beautiful. And then it's what you do with them. And this is one of the ones that we were just looking at there with them at that fabulous Patience there. And you can see where I meant about her arms wrapping around the word love there. And I love this because the little scenario that you've got of the characters, isn't that beautiful?
This is gorgeous. So this has been done by Dee. And what I love the way that she's actually, she stamped it and then cut away to create that beautiful shape. And all those embellishment stamps as well.
That's a really good point. Got all of those building up your background, but don't forget you have got those sentiments there as well. They're isms, and I think these are the
Deisms.
Deisms,
yeah,
I think that's a good phrase.
Barbarisms, we've got Leonisms, and now we've got Deisms.
I love those. We need some Paulisms at some point.
You don't.
But no, this one again, I love that backdrop there. It's got quite a chill feeling to this one, but beautiful.
That's right. So this one's done by Sarah Brennan. Sarah's combined it with some of our stencils as well.
Nice
but
idea.
That beautiful sort of deer, absolutely gorgeous.
Doesn't that work out gorgeous? And of course the little boy that we mentioned as well. But what a clever idea building up that scenario, because of course you've got your masks.
That's right, and you'll actually see the one nearest to you, just peeking out from behind, is one of the larger stamps.
Oh,
I think it's one of the large ones. It looks. Or is it an illusion?
It could be.
Maybe we put the stamp over it, but it gives the illusion, doesn't it?
Well, this is it, because it might be they just see more of that stamp. Or, Okay, we'll find out as the hour progresses. This one's a nice one because it is showing how you've got those additional elements. The little owl that appears, he is so cute, or she, could be a little girl owl.
So again, combining the 2 different sets together as well. And again, just creating those panels.
Beautiful. So many different ways that you can work with these. And of course, we are looking at the A5 versions of the stamps, which are your one-day special. But of course, if you prefer smaller stamps, we have those available. If you prefer your larger stamps, then we have those available as well. It's all about choices. But as Paul quite rightly said earlier on, they are all in bundles of 4, but with each one of those, it is as if you are getting that 4th one as a freebie.
Well, it is, yes. So it's like 3 little mini one-day specials.
It is indeed. So for the time being, the first one that we've been looking at here has been your A5 collection. 52 stamps, which is what you'll get in each one of those different bundles we're sharing with you. You're going to get your 4 masks, as you will with each one of those bundles, and you're also going to get your phrase sheets. 8 of those. If you're going for the A4 or the A5, you will be getting the A5 phrase sheets, but they have been scaled down for the A6, which we'll show in a few moments. Very, very busy guys out there. Lots of you taking advantage of the deal on your screen. £59.96 and 2 flexi buys on these. So for the time being, if you want your one-day special, the details are there on your screen. But as we said, you might want to go slightly smaller with your artwork. Well, that's what we can do with the next bundle. And again, all the beautiful characters that we just saw, beautiful to work alongside, to be honest, if you want to get that perspective.
The perspective to it. Can we just show, Hayley, the different sizes, just so that people can sort of see?
Let's just,
okay, so this is the A4 set.
Okay.
So you can see how big he is there. Then this is the A5 set, which is the one-day special. And then bringing in the tiddly little ones, this is the A6 one. But you can really see the difference in the size. So again, the large ones maybe for your canvas boards, your sort of A4 journals. But you can see they just all tie in together as well.
And you can see how those elements are scaled down with these. So if you are working together, which they will work together beautifully, you can kind of echo those elements. Like that idea. Sorry, what was that update? 20% has gone of the A6. I haven't even shown you yet. Wow. Oh my goodness, we better get a move on. Now, 4 stamps again, and a lot of people do like working with this size.
They do, and that's why, I mean, it was due to popular demand. We thought we'd bring them in smaller as well, because sometimes you just want to do a little tag, or you want to do some little notelets, and because you've got them all in the 3 different sizes, you've got the options to do that.
This is a really good point. So again, on your screen there, look at that, all of these for less than £30. What an amazing deal. And it gives you this situation where you can actually take those elements, and I'm recognising one of these little characters from the previous set.
That's right. So yeah, so we've got the previous collection back on the show as well, and what we've also done is introduce those in A6.
Oh, because so we didn't have A6
so
last
the old
time.
Friends meet the new friends.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, I've gone all warm. Oh, I like that. Now this is a pretty one as well, and again using the outline that we've got here. Is that from a pretty paper, or has that been stamped?
That's been stamped. That's using one of the stamps to create the frame. So it just shows that just because it's a corner, you can use it in other ways as well.
Talking of which, you don't have to use any of the characters themselves if you don't want to. I mean, this is a lovely idea.
I know.
Very
the
spiritual.
8 o'clock, I'm going to do a demo using a coaster, and I'm just using the embellishments in the actual stamp sets.
That's a nice idea, because you can be making all your Christmas presents with these. Again, another beautiful one. Again, using one of the characters, but not one of the main characters.
That's right, and that's just using the deer. So Dee's created this one, Dee Paramore that is, using the aperture, and the beautiful design of papers behind there really sets the scene, doesn't it? Just.
But of course, it's all about different mediums, and that's why these stamps are perfect, because you can use them in so many different ways. I love this. There's a lot of kind of texture.
It's really nice. Who's
it's almost
done
like
that
an
one?
oil painting.
Barbara
this one.
Lancaster's done that one. I don't know what she's used.
Very effective.
But it's sort of like an acrylic, isn't it, with some sort of coat.
Do you like that one? This is a nice one.
This
Look
is Sam
at
Cray.
this.
These arrived today. She's done like a little tag book, so she's stamped on designer parchment and removed some of the colour.
Oh, isn't that
it's
gorgeous?
Real sort of mix me, and it shows that the style of these stamps work for crisp and clean, so for your everyday stamping, but also for your mixed media.
Beautiful. Oh, these are amazing.
Sort of gothic-y, sort of. Isn't it amazing how the colour can change the mood of the style of the stamp?
Incredible. Back round to the front, but I'm going to come back this way because you've got different pieces on the opposite sides as well. So just a little bit of self-indulgence, I think, here with some of Sam's artwork. Beautiful. But again, using the same stamps, but in so many different ways.
Methods, exactly.
Beautiful. I love that. That's nice. It's well introduced in the feather. You can see the little feather there in the artwork. And again here, almost like a dream catcher leaf there. Not leaf, feather. Beautiful. There you go. So if you're wanting the A6, which many of you are going for, details are there on your screen. 434193 if you're wanting them. And again, a very affordable £29.96. Again, if you want to go for them alongside your one-day special, works out at around £15 extra per flexi buy on there. So you might want to go down that route. But I know lots of you do like your large stamps. I know Leonie does like A4. Yep. I know Dee likes her A4 as well. And if you are doing things like your journals, your art journals, you might want to go for the large stamps. Now, we don't have a set of all of these, but they are available individually, and as you can see, they're priced at £26.99. Now, the first one that we're looking at is Clarity.
Clarity, yeah. Beautiful name.
Gorgeous.
For a beautiful character.
Very popular young lady as well, because already, what was the update on that? A quarter of the stock has gone.
Wow. And you got a £3 saving on all of the large A4 ones. And because they are large and the price point, we could have put a bundle together, but we know, obviously, it's coming up to Christmas and stuff like that, so it's easier for people to make those options. One thing I will say, I mean, these are manufactured by ourselves down in Kent.
Yes.
And they're top quality polymer stamps. But sometimes with a large stamp, when you peel it off of the acetate, because they come on the acetate, it can be a bit difficult to do that. So what we suggest is that you either pop it on a radiator for a couple of minutes, and what it does, it warms it up, because in the manufacturing process, they get hot and then they go onto the acetate. And you'll be surprised at how easy they then peel off of the acetate. If you haven't got a radiator, obviously don't put it on a log fire.
Sit on it.
I'm not saying. But like a heat gun, if you sort of just, not intense, but just waft a heat gun over the top as well.
Or a hairdryer or something like that.
So, and it will just make it peel off.
Work.
It'll make it peel off a lot more easier.
I love these. I mean, look at these. This is nice if you're wanting to really get into the nitty-gritty of the design, if you really want those colours. I mean, here you can see, if you want to get in with your shading, you've got a larger area to work with.
That's right. And again, when you combine it with the designer papers as well, it's just a beautiful backdrop for the designs.
Again, here you can see just using elements from that. Love this, very much a gothic look with these.
So yes, so Dee's done that one, and she's just used the key that's made the fence with the gate.
Beautiful. And again, just a different idea here. Again, just taking a little segment of that stamp.
They're good little key rings.
Beautiful. Now, if you fancy getting hold of your A4 stamps, we've just given you a little snapshot of many of the beautiful finished samples. Hopefully, we'll be able to visit some of those a little bit later on. But that was Clarity. Then we've got Patience. We've got Peace. Peace being the next one. I do apologise. In fact, I might have just picked on that last one I showed you was from Peace, because it was her beautiful eye. So Peace again with the deer.
That's right.
And again, as you can see, lots of elements in there that you're going to be able to use. So £26.99. Almost half the stock of Peace has gone. Next one that we've got, Patience as well. Or should we have a look at finished sample with that one? Because we'll have a look at one.
This is great. This is done by Anne, but look how beautiful that image is, and the colouring. See, I love the corner embellishments as well, because you can do so much with them. I'm
going to bring in another finished sample which shows a complete contrast, because with this one, she's almost got a sweet little innocence about her, but with this one you can see, wow, look at the difference between those two. Exactly the same facial features there, but I love the way that the flowers have been used to depict her hair.
So Sam Crow's done this one again, sort of great with the mixed media, but it's amazing when you get it from the design team and you see the different styles and what people have done, and you think, I said to Dee earlier when we were setting the work, I said, which stamp's this, which stamp's that, because sometimes it can be quite difficult to work out.
That's the sign that you've got a good set of stamps, when you can't quite figure out where they've come from. You're really looking to see how they appear. Patience is the next one, and again a beautiful piece there, and this is the one where she's holding the little bit of love.
So this is by Jane's Helford, and Jane's also combined it with some of Leonie's scribble dies as well. So it just shows that mix and matchability of it all. And
then this is a nice idea where your main characters are kind of not where the colour is, but the background really makes them step forward. That's right. I mean, I'm going to do a demo in this hour where I've done it virtually the same, where there's no colour in the character, it's all in the background. And again here, if you want to use more of the stamps, then you can do, like this idea of the longer stamp. So nice. And offsetting it off the cards as well, so you just get a partial element. There you go, so that one is Patience. Last one to show you with you is Honour, and again, a beautiful set. I don't know how you're going to choose between these, to be honest, because they are all gorgeous, but of course this is a little boy within the bunch, and again, so much scope with regards to this one. I mean, I love this, where a little bit of decoupage has been used to build up the layers, because they are just perfect for that, because you've got so many different defined areas. Exactly. And when we're looking at all these finished samples, it doesn't matter what size you've gone for, whether you've gone for the A5 in the one-day special, the A6, or the A4s, you can replicate these exactly. Idea, it would just be the size of the card. Isn't that fabulous? And again, just taking certain elements, again the little owl there, Such a cutie.
They're cute.
Just £26.99 again for each one of those A4 stamps. And the last one that we're looking at is Honour at 690761. Now we're going to have a very quick look at this set, the original set. These were the first time that we saw them, but not in this size.
Not in this size, no.
First time that we're seeing them in A6. So you may well have got the one-day special previously, which I think was it A4 or A5 in the one-day special.
A5 was the one-day special.
But we have the larger ones available.
We did have the A4
so these
as well.
are complete in the three sizes.
Yeah, that's right. So you've got all set of 4 of them. So again, it's 4 for the price of 3. You've got that £10 saving. The same characters as before. So we have faith, hope, joy, and brave. And so if you've already got the previous ones, then again, you want to get that perspective, then these are great for that.
And it might have been that when the first ones came out, you weren't into your your A5 or your A4, and you wanted to wait until they came along on a smaller scale. Well, there you go. Now it's your opportunity. 360211, £29.96. And again, if you fancy adding those in alongside your one-day special, you can spread the cost of those as well. But it's all about the inspiration. That is what is key, not only to us here at Hochanda, but of course Clarity, sharing education, sharing inspiration. So check these out. Beautiful, beautiful finished samples. Now we're very, very busy with the one-day special. The whole day stock, already 20% of the stock has gone. Some wonderful inspiration there, dear. I have to say the design team look like they've had a whale of a time with them.
I'm always blown away by how lovely the designs are. Thank you to the design team.
Yes,
They've worked really hard.
Yeah. Now obviously we've just shown all those pieces there. Can we actually see them at a later stage? You've got like Facebook or anything like that we can see them up on?
I've got a Facebook page. I've got quite a lot of the lovely crafters who've come over there, and they've been so supportive and encouraging me and giving me, encouragement for today. So
wonderful.
Thank you.
And you've been running a little competition as well, haven't you?
Yes.
Now, look at this. Now, somebody is going to win this during this hour. So you've all been entering. We've literally got a hat with lots of names in that we're going to be drawing names out a little bit later on. And that person's going to win this tag.
It was to find out somebody who might need to know that they are enough. So lots of people were tagging their friends to say, they need to know that that's what they are. They're going through hard times.
That's right, yeah.
So it's really nice.
Lovely, there you go. So we'll come back to that at a later stage. But what are we up to first then, Dee?
So today for this hour, we have got Peace and her dear Serenity.
Oh, look at that.
So I wanted to work on her hair. A lot of people want to know how to get the shine on her hair. So I thought that that's what I'd work on for this hour. At later stages, I'm going to do the deer and I'm going to do some eyes and building up faces on other ones. But for this one, it's the hair.
Okay, lovely.
Yeah. I also wanted to show how different it can look for this one. Will I put it here?
That's perfect.
So this one here has been inked up with the black ink, and it just shows you how you get a block image. But the way that I'm going to do it is with the distress oxide instead, because then it gives you the softer.
Oh, I see.
Sort of look, if you
that's
can see
quite
the
a difference between the two, isn't it, when you bring that one in?
So it just depends on what kind of style you're looking for. But I found that by doing this, it looked more like my actual artwork.
Okay, lovely.
So I thought I would show how to do that. So I'll put her to the side. So yeah, I'm using Tattered Rose, distressed oxide.
And that's quite a pale ink to be working with.
It's really, really pale. So you just basically get in the outline, and then it frees you up to then do all your shading.
Wonderful.
So I thought it'd be quite nice for some of the people who want to practice their shading in, because that seems to be the message that I get from a lot of people.
Okay.
So I'm just going to press her down.
Wonderful. Now, of course, we are working with Peace. And Peace has got a little bit of editorial with her as well.
She does.
I'm going to bring this in for the packages just to show you. Every single one of those characters has kind of got a little bit of history behind them. And this one is Peace, and Peace has been searching for her true path for such a long time. One day she could hear a gentle whisper from within. She trusted her instinct. It led her to her true path, and she has never looked back. That could not be any more apt for you, could it? That is your story.
That is my story. But a deer symbolises intuition, so that's why I want to bring the deer in. So I use a lot of metaphors and things to try and build up my stories.
Okay, lovely.
So, to start off with the hair, I always start with the lightest shade, and on this occasion I'm using actually a light flesh. So you just start by, oh sorry, is my hair in the way?
It's all right, I was just going to tuck it out of the way just so as we can see what you're up to.
So if you find the centre of the head and then give your line down, and then after that you're going more towards the way that the hair goes.
Okay.
So that's sort of like the key. Sorry if my hand starts shaking.
No, you're fine.
So you just keep doing that, lots of little strokes all the way around the shape of the head, and then the same at this side, and then that starts to give the illusion of the head being round. So you just keep doing that. Sorry if this might just seem a little bit boring.
Not at all. I'm just wondering, do you always go in with the lightest tone when you're doing this technique?
Yeah, always the lightest tone, and always keep this little bit in the middle white, and then you do
just like little flicks.
Yeah, little flicks from the bottom of the hairline where the fringe is all the way up.
So those two sets of lines never meet, you leave that gap?
Yeah, they never meet, and then that helps to build up your little shine in the centre.
Oh, look at that building up there.
So it takes a lot of layers, but
it's all part of it, isn't it?
it's part of how, this is how I relax.
Yeah.
And I get lost in it, and it can take me quite a few, well, it can take me days actually to get the effect that I really, really want.
Now, of course, you're working with those Faber-Castell pencils, and I know these are your pencil of choice, aren't they, when you're working with these?
Yeah, I just love Faber-Castell.
And these are beautiful. We've got a fabulous deal with regards to these because they are beautiful pencils to work with. I mean, they are, I know Barbara has kind of worked with Faber-Castell for a long time, and she kind of refers to them almost being like the Rolls-Royce of pencils.
Yeah, they really are. They're an oil-based pencil, so they're really good at blending. And when you work on the extra smooth card like I am, it becomes like a waxy finish. Beautiful. So it's really, I like it.
There you go. Now you are getting some fabulous colours in there. Love this because you've got ranges of colours. So you've got all of those gradients going from your white right the way through to those orange tones, in through your reds, and of course those gorgeous purples. Lots of tones there, perfect if you're wanting to do hair perhaps in traditional colours, but then you've got those really funky colours. So if you do fancy give them an artistic twist, then you can do. 3 flexi buys of £43.33. That's all that you have to pay today, first payment. These will be sent on their way to you, and you will never look back because they are incredible to work with. They're beautiful.
They're very addictive, I'll
they
warn you.
They just look gorgeous as well, don't they, to work with? Lovely.
Yeah, they are. So the next shade I'm now going to use on the hair is the light magenta. So again, just copying what you've already done and you're going over again. You're best using a really sharp pencil because then you get your fine line. And try and keep it up as close to the top of the head. You don't want any white up there because then that helps give the illusion of it being quite realistic.
Now I should have asked you as well about the cardstock that you're working with.
Yeah,
what base are you using?
This is the Clarity Extra Smooth card. I don't know what GSM it is, sorry.
It's called? The Other Card. The Other Card.
And it's really nice. I like
this is because there were 2 stars a card, was it? And this is the other one that you use? The Clarity card and then the other one.
Yeah.
You'll find it all on the website though, don't worry.
So I'm just mirroring what I've already done and trying to get up to the top of the head to keep it, and then working all the way around.
Found the details of that cardstock for you, by the way. We're going to bring those details up, as you can see there. The other, as you can see, it's not the way you'd think of putting the other into the search engine, but you can see 250 GSM, so a really good weight to work with. And you're getting 100 sheets for £12.99. Again, add that in with your one-day special. You're spreading the cost of that over 2 payments. And I know that this time of night, we do have a lot of people watch from overseas. So if you're a Freedom member, that is the price of getting those 100 A5 sheets on their way to you, £12.99. I don't think our buyers have really thought about the weight of that, because when you're shipping it to somewhere like America and you're not paying any additional post and packing being a Freedom member, well, I don't think they've thought about it.
So now I'm going to go and use an even darker shade.
Okay.
So we're now using the Madder Lake, and it's just the same, sorry, more of the same, but this is what builds up all the different, the illusion of lots of different strands of hair.
So, with regards to adding the colours, how many shades would you usually go with? I mean, we started, is this the third
I'm on
colour
to
tone
the third,
then?
and I would use at least 4, but
Okay.
sometimes in this one I'm using yellows and oranges as well.
Okay.
So I think I've used about 7 on this one to get this effect. Will I bring it over
yeah,
again?
bring it back in again. We can refer back to that.
Yeah.
So let's bring it just a little. If we bring that one in just here and just put that over the top, because we've got it all perfectly positioned. So yeah, you can see you've got little flecks of yellow in there and all sorts, yeah.
Yeah, so that helps to bring up the shine, and it makes the head look like it's round.
It does. It's very effective because it's completely flat when you look at it.
Yeah.
Very clever, very clever. Very busy for the one-day special. 25% of the stock has gone.
Oh, wow.
Not even halfway through the first hour. This is supposed to be lasting a 24-hour period. For a quarter of the stock to have gone at this stage, we know that it's a popular one. But we knew that the minute the phones lit up and the website went crazy.
Aww.
This is your one-day special. Of course, the stamp set that we are working with, or should I say Dee's working with, is that beautiful set called Peace, but you've got all 4 of these within your one-day special. Price on your screen there, you can see you're saving £20. Now that would be the price that if you were going to go for just one of those sets. And I know as you're looking at these, you might be thinking to yourself, well, I don't know if I'm going to go for all 4 at this stage. I don't know if I can stretch to that full price of £59.96, but I'll go for a couple of them. Bear in mind, if you're going for 2 of those at £19.99, you're actually going to find that your payment today will be £40 plus your post and packing. They're all thereabouts, give or take the few pennies. But with the one-day special, you could get hold of all 4 of these, I can't count, all 4 of these, including the 2 that you were planning on ordering, but then you're only paying £29.98. Now, I know you've got a second payment in a month's time, but I can assure you that when you get these home, if you're only ordering 2, you will want to come back and get the next 2 to complete the set, because they all work so well together. 455 519 if you're wanting your one-day special.
So I'm going to use some white now in the centre. You won't really see anything, but that helps to build up the shine.
Okay. And that's that kind of oil-based effect that you get with these?
Yeah, it comes on really shiny when you use these, this paper.
Now, if you wanted to blend these, are you able to use some sort of like a blending solution or something like that?
There's Dorso oil, which
course,
is really
yes.
good. These pencils react really well with the oil, and you can continue to draw over the top of them, and it makes your colours really vibrant.
And Paul was
blends it really
on
nice.
yesterday, and he had those fabulous blending pens, the Pergamano ones. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing with your Dorso oil, tiniest amount that you need with that, you'd be able
you
to
only
blend
need a
them.
tiny little bit, and it really does. It does work wonders. So this is me now using a red. It doesn't matter what, if people are wanting to try, it doesn't really matter what shades you're using, as long as you're using a variety of shades. That is what helps to build up the illusion.
But all the way through this, all you've been doing, with no disrespect at all,
It's
Dee,
boring,
it's just little
isn't
tiny
it?
straight. It's not boring, no, but it's straight lines. But it's like it's magic coming. We've seen it from that blank canvas.
Can you see
but
it's
then
starting to
it's
build
just
up?
building up, and it does look like she's got the most amazing conditioned hair.
Yeah, she's had a
'cause
really
it's
nice
so
conditioner.
shiny.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know how long I've got, but you would continue to do that.
Yeah.
But to help get your illusion much further, you would start using like a brown or a black or a grey or just something dark, and then you would start to sweep it along the top of the head here and work your way down. And this gives the illusion of like a shadow, and again helps to make the head look round. And you would do the same in here underneath her fringe.
Lovely. And that's where the natural shadow would fall, I guess.
I pressed so hard I've broken my pencil.
Oh, bless
Sorry,
you.
I'm going to use another one. Yeah, so and under here, it's just as long as you've got no white, that is when you start to get the illusion of the fringe coming out over the top of the head. Sorry.
Now, when you're working on your designs, we started on with the hair on this occasion. Is that where you would usually start with the hair?
I always start with the eye.
Oh, okay. See, I was going to go skin. I don't know why I thought that you'd start off with the skin and then build it up from there, but
No.
does it matter where you start?
Well, for me, all the stories are told through the eyes.
I see, right, yes.
So once I've done my eyes, that helps me to know which direction I'm moving in, where I'm trying to go with it. So yeah. So you just, as long as it's at its darkest at the very top of the head.
It's interesting, this time you're kind of making those strokes horizontal more so than vertical.
I'm going over now, yeah, sorry, I should have explained that. But
No,
that just helps to build up the illusion of a shadow.
Yeah. Very effective, this technique. Where did you learn this, Dee?
I just taught myself.
Oh gosh, I hate people like you.
It was just practice, just sitting with pencils and then just, you know, also looking at other artists and seeing how they do it, I suppose, looking at different images and then trying it for myself. And then this is how I developed and found this sort of style for me.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful style. So many people I know kind of echoing it, maybe putting their own little twist on it, because that's the nice thing, isn't it, when you kind of take something and you put your own little element on there as well.
Yeah, because everybody's being inspired by someone. It's all got to come from somewhere, doesn't it?
True.
So I'm now using like a cream, and just around where the shine's going to be, just bring this, so keep it white in the middle and then a lighter shade here, and then that starts to build up again.
That's amazing when you look at that. It just looks like the light's bouncing off that fringe.
It doesn't matter how many times you go over. I mean, it just keeps building up and building up, and it becomes more and more vibrant. And that's a good thing with these pencils. Is you don't really get the true effect of them until you start really layering them up. Like if I was to put this yellow over the top now, that makes it even more vibrant.
Beautiful. Now, of course, the A5 stamp set that we're working with at the moment from the one-day special, we've got A4 available. We have also got A6, but just to let you know, with this particular one, 3/4 of the stock has gone. This is all the stock that we've got with regards to these. So if you are wanting this one, please don't think, oh right, I'm going to leave it to the final call and I'm going to get it at that stage. They won't be here at that stage. We'll be fortunate if we've got them at 8 o'clock, to be fair. So if you are wanting your 3/4 of the stock has gone, $26.99, and the details are there on your screen, 511423 if you're wanting there as well.
So to save me like boring you too much, I'm
keep saying bored. We're not bored at all.
I'm bringing in one that I worked on earlier, so that are you starting to see the shine starting to build up? And all that this is just more and more of the same of this, just lots and lots of layers. So I'm going to start going over her now, just to show how you can still.
Wonderful.
You, when you think you're finished, you're not. You just keep.
Okay, keep going.
Keep going, and you just see it building up and building up.
Beautiful. I mean, it's really building that depth of colour with these.
So, I don't know, do you want to go
No,
to...
no, I'm just, well, I'm saying no, I'm not producing actually, sorry. It's very rude of me, I'm just making the decision.
So if I bring some orange in, orange really makes it more vibrant as well. These are the colours that, so if you, can you see it starting to, the shine? And again, just doing the same from the fringe up.
Beautiful. And again, you just keep looking deep into the picture and deciding where the colour's going? So, I mean, how do you determine that you need a little bit more orange in that area, or?
Well, it's just like, just being free to have a play. So, I mean,
and
I don't know really.
Yeah, it's put you on the spot a bit there.
I don't know the answer.
But I suppose when we're looking at this, I mean, we're looking at a fabulous piece of art, which it is, and it's a priceless piece of art, but ultimately it is a piece of paper not to be frightened of, not to be scared of, and to enjoy.
Yeah, and to not be afraid to make mistakes. Sorry, I'm leaning too hard. It's because I'm nervous.
Oh, there's no need to be nervous. None at all.
But yeah, it's about just being brave enough just to have a play, because nobody's judging you, are they? It's just...
Well, this is finding you don't have to show anybody what you're doing, do you?
It's just finding your little space in the world where you can just... you know, just be free to do what you want to do.
There's certain elements within this stamp that I'm noticing as well. Things like the little heart on her cheek, and it almost looks like is it like a broken heart that she's got?
Yeah, this is a broken heart that she's got. So this is the things that have hurt her in the past, and this is her now finding her true path. But yeah, you can emphasise the cracks on here and keep her heart broken, or you can, if you do it with the light ink, you've got more chance to, you could just do all that red and have a nice bright red heart.
Yes, yeah.
So you can manipulate the artwork more when you're using the lighter inks.
Yeah, yeah. And I think we can see that. If I bring in the one that you're kind of going towards there, you can kind of see where you have still got those marks within the heart there because you use that lighter tone. But then if I bring in on top of that, the one where you use the darker, you can really see those cracks within there still.
Yeah. So it just gives you that freedom to...
Self-acceptance, that's an important thing, isn't it?
It really is, yeah. Self-acceptance and trusting your gut instinct.
Exactly, and that's why you need all those fabulous sentiments that the deisms that are included in there as well. Thoroughly enjoying that, absolutely beautiful. You guys, we need to give you a bit of a recap. A little over halfway through, we've got Paul with a fabulous demonstration as well. So let me give you a little bit of a recap, and we'll start with a journey on the website. All the stamps that we've been chatting about, they are all there. The one-day special obviously being the key feature of the hour. So many of you placing these into your baskets and more importantly checking those baskets out. Continue to be busy with the A4 stamps. Don't forget, if you're wanting the piece version, you do need to get hold of that quickly. And then of course we have got those A6 versions, and also we've got the A6 versions of the original set of 4. So if you did miss out on those previously, of course you didn't have them as an A6 size, but if you did want to get hold of the smaller versions, then we have got those now. One day special, Paul.
Yes.
She's done it again, hasn't she?
I know, crazy. Crazy, crazy.
Now we're going to go along the counter and then we're going to go to a demo with Paul, but we're stepping away from Dee for a few moments. So if you wanted to place your order, now is the time to do it. You're not going to be offended if people place their order and don't listen to us having a conversation.
Of course not, no. Yeah. I'm used to it.
That's the way to do it. So the details on your screen if you're one day special. But Paul, I mean, what did you think when you saw these pieces of artwork from Dee?
Absolutely stunning. And when you use it, there's a story behind each of the characters. It brings meaning to them. And you can choose to sort of follow those, or you can obviously interpret them entirely.
It's a really good point.
And because you're getting the one day special where you've got all 4 sets for the price of 3, you can mix and match those sentiments. So just because that sentiment's with that particular character, you may think, well, actually, that character sort of brings back memories of something, but the sentiments. And what we're looking at here now, this is Dee's original artwork.
Oh my goodness. I feel like I'm holding gold here.
So again, so this is what Dee has created.
Isn't that beautiful?
And obviously that's a real large one, so that's sort of more of the A4 size as well. And then we've got the next one, so this is Peace.
Peace that we saw being worked just a few moments ago.
And what's quite interesting about this piece was, Peace was just showing us, Dee was just showing us, obviously where she was stamping onto the other card, or the Fuva card, as people call it. It's called the other, but obviously together. But what Dee's also done is she's done it on the watercolour pads as well.
I say, right,
And when I hold up, let me see, the original. So if I bring in the one that Dee's been working on, you can see the difference because with the watercolour pad which we've got on the show, the A4 journal, you've got more texture and more, I think, more depth to the face. And that again is using the polychromo pencils. So just because they're a wax-based pencil doesn't mean that you can't use more watercolour paper.
Really good point. Really good point.
But I thought that was a nice comparison just to show with that particular one.
There you go. So of course we've just looked at clarity there and of course Peace. Next one to share with you is Fabulous Patience. Now the thing that I've noticed with here, we haven't got the word love here. So is that something that you can actually incorporate into the design afterwards?
That was Dee's original artwork.
Oh, I see.
So we've incorporated, I think Dee then, when she redrew them, added to them.
That makes sense. And those eyelashes as well, those are amazing, aren't they?
I think they're one of the embellishment stamps on there. There's the eyelashes on there,
Lovely. And again, the final character, and I love this because obviously Dee has not been able to help herself. She's got a little bit of those fabulous glaze drops involved there, adding even more to this. But those, I mean, those eyes, they certainly are the window to the soul, aren't they?
They are. And when I was talking to Steve beforehand, I said, like, where does the inspiration come from? And she said it's come from life experience and sort of feelings and the acceptance and everything else. And I think that was sort of like sort of touch with people at home sort of thing as well.
Everybody.
Different things.
I think we can all relate to that where we need a little bit more confidence to different things.
So they're like words of sort of inspiration, or Dee calls them affirmation. This is great. So like for our American viewers, this is using one of our Clarity stencils. Really great, this one.
Dream a little wish and make big things happen.
Isn't that great?
That's beautiful, but have patience. It'll happen. You'll get on that journey.
This is one of these pieces of artwork.
Again.
So this is taking honour, and obviously just by changing the colour tones, honour then becomes female.
And again, exact same stamp, but look, again, a different style, a different look.
So that's by Andy, sort of a bit mixed media there, and using the embellishments from the stamps to sort of outline him in that dark sort of colourway.
Beautiful. Again here, using a different set, of course, Patience again here, because of course Patience comes almost like mother and daughter.
Yeah. So again, beautiful colouring on that one. That one is from Julie Dunn.
Lovely. And again, just using little elements. You don't have to use the characters at all.
No, that's right. So this is by Jane Telford. So it's sort of like the pattern builds, and it just shows how you can sort of just change them.
Beautiful. So as you can see there, all of those come in within your one-day special. You don't have to choose. You are getting all of these gorgeous pieces of artwork. And of course, you're going to get your masks, so you can do all your techniques. We haven't really touched on those. And you're also going to get your deisms. But the price on the screen there is the price that you pay for the next 24 hours, if the stock lasts that long. 455-519. Ensure you get hold of yours by placing your order now. Perhaps consider the A6, because I think having one of those main characters and then having one perhaps in the background, it could be the different levels of you learning to love yourself or grow, or that affirmation.
And, and because you've got the exactly the same stamps in the different sizes, so you can combine the corners and the embellishments, especially for like the flowers on there. You could use those the different size flowers.
Yeah, beautiful.
And some beautiful artwork from the design team again.
I'm completely mixing up all the bundles with these, because I'm just literally going in by the ones that I'm drawn to. And I love this here. You can see a canvas that's been created here.
So Sheila's
Very
done that
pretty.
one. So again, very sort of, the colourway on this one just ties in with the designer petite toppers in the background.
That's a good idea, yeah.
So sometimes it's better when we're doing parchment craft and we're going to colour something in, it's always best to choose the background colour and then find the colour to suit in, rather than colouring first and then try and find the colour to put behind it.
Now, a third of the stock has gone of the A6 stamps. Again, you're getting all 4 of these, but it's almost as if you're only paying for 3 of them, because it's at a price of £10 per stamp set. So, of course, that would normally cost you around £40. But you can see the price on your screen is less than 30. Again, if you want to add these in alongside your one-day special, please do so. You are more than welcome to. But equally so, if you're wanting to go for this on its own right, then you can do. We know that not everybody wants their larger stamps. Now, this is lovely.
This is great. So this is done by Sarah Brennan.
Wonderful.
So she's used our tag dies to create like a little tag booklet.
Oh, wow.
And she's put each of the characters in there. Isn't that cute?
That is beautiful. I love it. Oh, so many of you are placing your orders. I'm really pleased, because me and Dee go back a long, long way. And I'm not sure I'll bore you with all the details, but yeah, a long way. And it's lovely to have seen her grow and grow with her artwork to the point where we're seeing all these fabulous stamps that we can use. So yeah, details on your screen there. A6 if you're wanting these, 434193. Now, of course, the large stamps, the A4 stamps, as we mentioned, some of these are very, very busy. So you have to get hold of these while you can. Now, Clarity, the first one that we're going to look at, over half the stock has gone. Wow. Yeah, they're popular there. And I know lots of people, large stamps, A4 stamps aren't something that I naturally go towards, because I don't work on art journals, but I know the likes of Leonie, I know Dee like those large stamps. Yeah. That's obviously resonating with our viewers.
And that's one of the great things about Clarity as a company, is that because we manufacture ourselves, we're able to sort of adapt and sort of go with the demand. If people want the larger ones, then we can do that as well.
There we go.
And I remember when I first met Dee with Barbara, we went out for a meal one evening to talk about the concept of the designs and stuff like that. And afterwards, Barbara said, like, it'd be great to work with Dee and to manufacture her stamps for her and bring them onto the TV.
Yeah,
so it's down to Barbara as well that it sort of got to that step.
Well, this is the key thing. I mean, Barbara, she's a canny businesswoman. She knows what you guys like out there. But above all else, she's a crafter. That's how it all started, wasn't it? Claritystamp, because Barbara was a crafter, and that's what she sees and she feels and she senses, all those things that we love. And that's what you've got here. I mean, you've got a fabulous set of stamps to choose from. So your A4, you've got Clarity. Next one that we've got is Peace, and again, similarly to the one that we were looking at being worked by Dee, but on a larger scale, rapidly approaching limited stock with these. So if you're wanting these, then there you go, the details are there. Of course, the next one that we are looking at is patience. We've noticed that patience isn't something that we've got in this hour because we're running out of time. So yeah, patience, if you're wanting the patience, then you can see there you've got those. And then the final one that you've got in your set, of course, is the fabulous Honour, and that is the little boy of the bunch. And again, A4 with regards to this particular one. So if you're wanting your large stamps, if you're wanting your A6, if you're wanting your A5, you are covered for all of them. The A4 that we're looking at, they each have their own individual details. We have brought those up as time goes on, and you can see Honour being the last one that we're going to leave with you at the moment, 690761. Now, of course, Dee's been working with those fabulous pencils, the Faber-Castell Polychromos. So Dee is busy decorating and doing some gorgeous artwork, but we're going to have a little look at how to put a card together with our fabulous Paul. So if you're wanting your pencils, 3 flexi buys there, spreading that cost, making it much more affordable perhaps on your pocket, 245231, and your flexi buys on those £43.33. Lovely. So what we're up to then, Paul?
Okay, so I thought I'd do something a little bit different.
Okay.
So I haven't coloured in the character at all.
Okay,
so
right.
it's all about sort of the background. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to guide you through and just show you that even if you're not so good at your colouring, you don't need to apply the colour to the design if you don't want to. So where do we start? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a piece of, it is very strange because normally I'm reaching there for the product. Because it's all, there we go.
It's like being a fish out of water.
A piece of card.
Lovely.
So this is the other card that we've got on the show, and I've just trimmed it down to the size that I want it to be.
Lovely.
Okay, and I've taken the Honour stamp and I've put him onto our mega mounts. We've got a really nice bundle of the mega mounts on the show, which will take into account the large stamps as well.
That's a good point actually, because yeah, if you've not got those mounts to house those, you will need them. We'll try and find those details, but they are on the website.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to ink up my stamp using an archival ink pad.
Lovely.
Okay, and then I'm going to stamp off of the piece of card. So I'm going to position that where I want it, and then press down. If you press in the middle of the mount, then the pressure applies and will transfer the ink. Okay, he says, fingers crossed. There we go.
Perfect.
So I've got a crisp image on there. If I turn that around,
that looks amazing.
Where we go? Ooh, a bit like there we go. So you can see, so doesn't it change it when it's just sort of offset off the page as well?
Yeah, I like that. Those mega mounts, we've got those as a bumper bundle. You can see on your screen they're getting lots of different sizes there, so a nice selection of sizes. £36.99, 327633 if you want to know.
Okay, so as we said, with all of the stamp sets you get the masks. Okay, now this is a brand new one, so what I'm going to do is gently de-tack it slightly just on my shirt. Okay, and these are repositionable, so you can use them again and again, as long as you store them correctly, and you get instructions on how to store them with your stamp set.
Lovely.
So I'm going to position that just on there. I'll try and keep my head out of the way. While I
we don't have to worry about your long hair, Paul.
No, it's just the shine of the bald patch.
I can get away with that because we go back a long way as well.
That's it, we do indeed. Okay, so we're just going to position that on there. Woo! See, I should have de-tacked it a little bit more.
That's okay.
But there we go.
Now, the size that you're working with at the moment, is this from the one-day special?
A5 from the one-day special.
Oh, wow. We're very, very busy with that one-day special. 30% of the stock's gone.
Now, on here, he's got sort of like the feathers falling off of the side of him, hasn't it? What they've done at the office, is they've actually given you the masks.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, my fingers are a little bit chunky, so I'm going to use a pair of tweezers. That's a good idea, the tweezers.
See? I'm so glad that they've included those, because I wouldn't cut those out myself at all. You just wouldn't bother, but you'd like the effect.
That's right, and as far as I'm aware, we're the only company in the world that actually do masks to go with our stamps. Okay, so we're going to take these off.
And again, that's something else that Barbara's brought us really from her experience.
That's right, yeah, because back in the day, it was those sticky notes that you used to write notes on, that you'd have to cut out and then put over to mask. But can you imagine cutting all this out?
Oh,
you wouldn't, would you?
I wouldn't.
You really wouldn't.
No.
So we're going to position that on there, but you can see how they just fit perfectly.
Wonderful.
Okay, so we've got that. So then what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in, we've got a set of masks on the show. Okay. That's got clouds and it's got landscapes.
Right, okay. Oh, no, yes, I know these ones because these have always been popular.
Yeah, they have. So this is a well-used one, so I'm going to just move that so it's more in there.
Lovely.
Just to hold that
Now,
down.
we've not got huge quantities of these masks. They're always popular whenever we do see them being used because it's such a clever idea. I know often people say, oh, you just tear a piece of paper, or you do this, or you do that. Sometimes it's a lot trickier to do in real life. So with the masks, it takes out that kind of the intrepidation of trying to get it right.
That's right, and because they're reusable, what Barbara's done is that she's created different size clouds as well.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, I'm using the artistry ink pads and the blending mat, and I'm just going to squidge some out onto there.
Wonderful.
And what that does, it gives me the control on picking up. So I'm using the stencil brushes.
Lovely. Now, all these items that Paul's working with, I'm not going to go through all the details because we are running out of time, but the brushes, the ink pads, the sheet that we're working for, everything is available on the website. But the masks are limited in stock. That is one thing that I will tell you about. So, yes, if you are wanting those, you're going to have to be quick with those.
I know it was a small amount.
Yeah, there's not a huge quantity,
and then what I'm doing, I'm using the makeup sponge that comes with the ink pads. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of definition. And it really, I know the camera probably doesn't look as if there's much going on there, but now when I remove the mask,
oh my goodness,
you can see.
Wow. Wow, look at that.
Okay.
Those masks have gone now. We're going to carry on with the demonstration though, because obviously the people that have invested in these. But of course, the ink pads can bring those details up because lots of you are going for those as well.
See, and I haven't put any more ink on to the brush because there's plenty on there. Okay. And then I've put a little bit more, and it really, with the brushes, what I'm doing is I'm actually splaying it out, so I get more of an airbrushed finish, and then you use the makeup sponge, or the spot-on sponge, to add that little bit of definition. And
it's a clever way of cleaning your mask at the same time.
It is, yeah. So, and then what you're going to do is just going to sort of, I keep turning it around and putting the clouds.
Yeah, that's nice because you get the different angles,
So let's go about there.
Okay.
And you just press it down, and then I put a little bit more ink. I'm always going to test it before I go onto my mask so that I haven't got too much on there. And then I'm just going to just gently brush. And all you're doing is just gradually building up that colourway. So again, the spot on sponge, and it just gives that little bit of definition.
And of course, that's why those masks from your one day special are so invaluable. I mean, all the time, that image that you first stamped down just a few moments ago is protected, so there's nothing happening to that at all.
Absolutely.
Not for the time being, anyway.
So again, I mean, and with the mask, you obviously also get the outer part as well. So if you wanted to cover up the sky and then do some colour into the face or the body, then it's going to work just as well.
Beautiful.
Okay, so we're just going to brush along there. See, but it's amazing. It really doesn't look until you do that reveal.
Effective.
I know. It's so clever and so easy to do. So I'm going to come down, go a little bit faster now, a little bit more ink on the brush. But you can see I've only sort of put.
It's only one colour that is the ink that you've used.
Yeah, and you can obviously do the different colours if you want to, but it really.
I think this will be one of those techniques that people do time and time again. It's such an easy technique to go.
It is, yeah, and Barbara's been doing it for years.
Yeah.
I mean, but back then it was sort of like with the torn paper.
I remember watching her at the exhibitions and seeing her do those demonstrations.
The hills and the moves, yeah. So and then we're just going to come off there, and then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to move that up. But look, you can see. I mean, a nice backing paper there.
Yeah, you could use that again,
And then I'm just going to bring in, just be careful with those little ones. But I'm just going to add some colour in there. Oh, that one's gone.
Oh.
Oh, good luck with the cleaner finding that one. Okay, and then if I take that off, slowly peel that off there.
There you go.
There it is.
Just got it.
That'll go back on the carrier sheet.
Oh, wow, look at that.
So that then jumps off there. So I'm just going to, rather than sort of try and get them on the carrier sheet, I'm just going to pop them over there.
Just in a safe place.
Yeah.
Now, time is ticking away. Our launch hour is rapidly coming to an end. We've got about 4 minutes left. Of course, there's going to be another live hour at 8 o'clock, so I do hope that you'll be able to join. It'll be Dee, Paul and Yanis. But of course, we've got Good Evening Hochanda coming up in a few moments, so I'm hoping that the guys will pop in and say a little hello. Because I know Yanis is going to love these, so he's going to love having a little chat with you. That marker pen, I mean, just setting off that image again.
Yeah, again, it's something that Barbara's done for years. and it depends on the angle in which you hold it, will give you the thickness.
Isn't that effective?
And then all I've done to finish it off, if I bring in the finished card, is you can see there a few more clouds.
Yeah.
But what I've done is I've used the new Clarity word stickers.
Oh, right, okay.
So it's
I've not
Clarity
seen
Christmas and
these.
Celebration.
Ah.
So you've got loads of different designs in there. And I've taken one that says thinking of you on your special day.
Oh, so they're not all Christmas that are in there?
No, you've got Christmas in there and you've got celebrations. And you've got them in the black, and you've also got
they're useful,
in the
aren't
white
they?
as well.
$11.99, details on your screen for those.
And then just to finish it off, I then went with the beautiful Shenandoah parchment.
Wow.
Edged that with black, and then that would go
Beautiful.
just on there.
And then it all comes together with those sentiments. Isn't that amazing? Paul, thank you so much. But you know what? You couldn't have done any of that without Dee's artwork.
No.
So that's what we're going to have another little look at. So, of course, the websites where you can get any of those stamps that Dee has brought to us. We're going to be saying goodbye to you in the next few minutes. If you've got anything in your basket, particularly those A4 sheets, you need to be checking your baskets out. Incredibly busy for those. So yeah, if you wanted the A4s, you need to be checking the baskets out. Busy again for the one day special. The A6 stamps, it's lovely that people are loving so many different variations of those stamps. So I know that we've got people out there with their art journals, people making cards, people making larger cards, scrapbook pages, home decor. I know you'll all be placing your order for these because they are quite distinctive, I think, and definitely Dee's style. Now, of course, we mentioned at the top of the hour, your giveaway, this fabulous tag. There we go. And of course, just in case you have joined us, oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If you have just joined us, Dee has been running a little bit of a Facebook competition on her Facebook page, so you can get involved with the team. Just check that out. You're a little bit late to get involved with this draw, though, and we literally have a hat. We do. With all the names in there. Shall I hold the hat and then you delve in there?
Do you want me to choose?
Well, I think it's only right.
Ladies first.
Okay, right. Good luck to whoever it is. Yeah, I'll let Paul read it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the winner is
Melanie Duplain.
Melanie,
there we go. Congratulations.
You are the envy of us all here because this is a beautiful tag and it'll be winging its way. Dee will
be in touch.
You're going to take control of that just to make sure that it gets to Melanie.
I'll message Melanie and get her address and things and
congratulations.
Send it out.
But the final few minutes, I mean, we haven't introduced all these characters with their little stories. Obviously, we learned about peace, but we will learn more about them as time goes on. So which one should we have? Let's look at Patience. I'm going to bring Patience in because we've got that one close to hand here. And Patience has been used, well, actually, the variety of different elements.
I think that's Clarity, isn't it? That
is
one?
that Clarity? Oh,
that's
I don't
Clarity,
know.
that one.
Oh.
And it's used in the little A6 ones in the background.
That's coloured.
See, that's where it gives it a perspective, doesn't it? The different sizes.
I think I've jumbled them all
that's
up.
Patience.
There you go, there's Patience. So here's Patience. Now we'll give you a little bit of an insight into Patience. Patience, she encouraged her little girl's dreams and nurtured her natural talents. She gave her the inner strength to listen to her heart's desires and follow her paths to her wildest dreams. Now I have to say, I follow Dee on a personal note on Facebook, and I know that is very relevant with your fabulous little daughter.
My little Lola.
Yeah, she's we're not on the
She's
stage
not
at this moment,
now.
but yeah. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dee, thank you so much for showing your artwork.
You're welcome.
Thank you to you guys for joining us. Make sure you're back here at 8 o'clock. We're going to do it all again with Yanis. See you later.